Okay. Let's talk about Havoc Demon Hunter and what makes it the strongest class in pre-patch. I'm going to make this really sweet, really short and sweet. Really just going to talk about Havoc Demon Hunter, why it's the best class in pre-patch, why you should abuse it before pre-patch ends, and what makes it strong. Pretty much overview. Why Demon Hunters are really strong right now without really giving you too much information. We have access to a lot of covenants. We have the Hunt, which is the covenant ability. We have Fodder to the Flame, which I'm Necrolord, of course, so we just have that baseline. You can also spec into Elysian Decree, so you can effectively have 3 out of the 4 covenant abilities right now. Of course, with pre-patch going away, all these, and Shadowlands content going away, the normal covenant abilities will stay, but so, like, hypothetically, if I was taking Elysian Decree, if I was taking Elysian Decree right here, and since we're in Shadowlands, I'd still have the Hunt, Fleshcraft, Fodder to the Flame, and Elysian Decree, but whenever Dragonflight rolls around, I'll only have access to 2 Covenant abilities instead of 3. Let's go over the main thing that makes us really broken. So, our Mastery increases your chaos damage by 35%, your movement speed by 11.7%. Increases chaos damage by 35%, and then we look at this one. Havoc Demon Hunter tree, any means necessary. Mastery, which is the one we just read off, now also increases your Arcane, Fire, Frost, Nature, and Shadow damage to be dealt as chaos damage instead, and increases that damage by 35%. So 35% damage increase, right? And we have Chaotic Imprint, which is a PvP talent. Throw glaive deals damage from a random school of magic, increases the target's damage taken from that school by 10% for 20 seconds. So, effectively, we buff our throw glaive damage by 35%, right? That's all that does. It just turns your throw glaive into magic damage, and then, of course, that magic damage benefits from your mastery. On top of that, I guess the other really important thing is Soulrend. Throw glaive causes the targets to take an additional 120% of the damage dealt as chaos damage over 6 seconds. With this build that I'm running specifically, it's kind of just really focused on dots. There's 2 builds right now, but what's really broken is the dot build. Effectively, you have Bloodlit dot, which is Soulrend. I'm going to be calling it Bloodlit a lot. We have Burning Wound damage over time, which is just applied whenever we do our normal rotation. Then we also have our Blade Dance damage over time, which is just applied whenever we Blade Dance in a big area. All those dots combined just makes us really tanky, especially with the leech we have. With this build, you're really just focusing on getting a lot of mastery, too. But, I guess we'll showcase what makes it broken. So I've just been talking about Throwglaive all the time. That is essentially what makes this build broken. Of course, the damage behind Throwglaive is not bad either, but we'll actually hit these target dummies and talk about what's happening. So, the thing that makes Throwglaive do a lot of damage is this legendary. Once legendaries are disabled, our Throwglaive damage will definitely go down a lot. But you'll see here I have 4 stacks. This only applies whenever I have Immolation Ore going, but Immolation Ore damage has a chance to grant you a stack of Fell Bombardment, increasing the damage of your next Throwglaive. Deals to the primary target by 50%, launching an additional glaive at nearby target. This effect stacks up to 5 times. So effectively, we can get 250% increased damage on our throw glaive, and then that, of course, stacks with our mastery, which also buffs the damage as well. And then, of course, we have Fodder to the Flame procs, which, if we use it, we get 25% extra damage. So, pretty much, we just have a lot of damage increases and a lot of survivability. What's more important here is the damage, though, that I'm explaining. We'll slowly get my Immolation Ore back up. 1 second. There we go. Get these stacks going, and then I'll use cooldowns, and I'll kind of showcase kind of how much damage just one single Throwglaive does. Want to make sure we have the Demon Souls proc here. I'm going to use Trinket as well. Only 4 stacks, but let's see how hard it hits for. 7,000 each. Let's go to current segment. That Bloodlit is sitting for 8.5 thousand. I've gotten my Bloodlits hit for about 20,000. But yeah. That's kind of what makes Bloodlit really broken. I don't think they're going to nerf it, because if they do nerf it, first of all, I'll just be really surprised. I don't think they'd ever push through a nerf this fast. There's only 2 weeks before Dragonflight launches. But, if they really want to nerf this, they could just disable legendaries. And I think disabling legendaries for every class would be a good idea right now, but specifically for Havoc, if they really wanted to nerf it, they would just, you know, nerf legendaries. But let's kind of talk about our overall damage here. Overall, our damage is also really, really healthy. I-beam definitely chunks just a shit ton right now. Blade Dance, for some reason, just chunks a lot. The final slash of Blade Dance is doing an abnormal amount of damage for some reason. For some reason, I like average probably like 10k hits with the final hit of Blade Dance, which is pretty ridiculous. It's a 9k crit there, but that's non in demon form. Let's go demon form here. Demon form, get a Blade Dance off. 8,000 non-crit. Gonna get a throw glaive off here. 4.6k. Let's see how hard that bloodlet hits for. 17.5. It looks like it's ticking for about 5,000. Of course, you can just spam this forever, but yeah, this is why Demon Hunter is really broken. Not only do we have throw glaive doing that insane amount of damage, but we also have a ton of Covenant abilities, and our survivability is not too bad compared to a lot of melees right now. Really, though, it is just the AoE damage we do and the throw glaive damage that makes us really strong right now. I'll kind of showcase the burst without Metamorphosis here, but the burst, if you do want to do burst as a Demon Hunter, is of course you're going to want a Demon Soul. You're going to want an I-Beam, Blade Dance, Metamorphosis, and then once your Metamorphosis is used, you'll reset the cooldown of your Blade Dance, and then you'll Blade Dance, or you'll I-Beam, and then Blade Dance again. And then, of course, in the middle of that, you want to throw your throw glaives out. Get that damage over time rolling. That's kind of it. Abuse Demon Hunter while you can. That's all I really have to say. I wanted to get this video out there, just so you guys know what's making Demon Hunter really broken, and if you really want to, you could level a Demon Hunter in the next few weeks. Play Demon Hunter, abuse the throw glaive, and I don't know. It is levels ahead of every other class right now, so hence the video kind of explaining it. I'll flash my talents one more time in case you guys really want to copy these PvP talents right there. It's really good. It's a really, really fun build. Like I said, it's going to get nerfed whenever legendary powers go away and Covenant abilities go away, but for now, it's a little strong. But nerf enhanced 25% though, that's for sure.